Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, ladies and gentlemen. Ali Gaur once again. In the last three episodes, we discussed conflict. What is conflict and what is its type and why it is started? What are the reasons in the developing world and developed world? Today, we will discuss how to contain, how to resolve, how to reconcile this conflict, and what sort of methods we have. In the most of the community before the state system, there were the people were resolving their conflict through different two ways and all over the world. One was the religious way, and the other was the traditional one. Religion is still practiced in many parts of the world, and like suppose in Islam there are three ways of resolving a conflict. One is suppose murder or something. In that case, so there is qisas, and where the witness come in front of the judge, and after judge taking their statement, and he reached to a conclusion, and then if suppose someone kills someone and he want, so he also gave the power of uh, the killing the other person, especially in Islamic system. But if they do it, the qazi, we call it qazi, judge, in that the qazi in an open suppose ceremony or whatever bring uh, the the man who has committed the murder, and he asked three times from the parties, the victim party, to forgive him, to take money, or to take your revenge. If three times the person say no, I want to kill him, I don't want money, I don't want to forgive him, then the qisas, suppose that other person is killed. The second is Hun Baha, which is called blood money. Blood money is given as a compensation to the victim family to forgive the family of the uh, offender. And third is just forgiveness for the sake of God. That is mostly common. Suppose in my part of it, Pakistan and Afghanistan, people go for the third option. Why? Because God in the Holy Quran said that if you forgive someone for my sake, then the reward is with me. So mostly people go for that side. Before, yeah, in some part they are very supposing not, it is now banned in Pakistan, but there were some brutal things like giving the women for reconciliation or many other things, but that is stopped in most of the part. The second thing is the government thing, the government one. In the government, there are government make this own law, and the government declared that violation of the state law is a crime. So if you kill someone or whatever you did it, so that is the violation of the state law. So the state come and they arrest the person and they bring it to the court. Now the thing started between state and the offender. Victim presence is for some time, but then victim and community both are out. The offender is given punishment, then he go to prison. What about the victim and the community? So that is not considered. So the victim, he just uh, keep everything in their heart and mind, and especially in the developing world, I saw many cases that after 20 years even, if an offender is coming out from the prison, and the very first day, or within a week, or within a month, he is killed. Why? Because there is win-lose solution. So the thing is not balanced. And in that case, in the previous sessions, we have also discussed about the uh, mind and heart. to clean it, that is not done. So now, when that is kept in mind and that is kept in heart, so one time they just come that when he come out and then, or if he is in the prison, an innocent person of his family, maybe brother, sister, or what, not sister, the female, but mostly the brother, father, and that, they are killed. Why? We take revenge. So revenge and honor factor also are there if you did not make it win-win sort of situation after committing any crime. So this is another the criminal justice system in which there is police, judiciary, and then prison. One thing more, that if a person commit a crime and he go to the prison, he become more criminal when he come out. Why? Because nowadays, I mentioned before also, that prison are the crime universities. They learn more from other people. In many prison, when I went there, so when a person enter in the prison after his punishment, so most of the prisoners, they ask, what is the nature of his crime? So if he killed someone, so they are received with a very honor inside, and they are given a lot of treatment there by the prisoner. If they did something in theft and other, so then they were asked, come on, yes, clean this place and cook for me and all these things. So these are within the first suppose of reception of you, because they said maybe he did something, which is we call it ghairat, honor, or maybe because of shame he did something. So the prisoner, without listening him, he say, oh, this is he did something. So the person who entered, he is become more that I am something and I did good thing. So that is mostly in the prisoner there in that case. So now the third option which we have is ADR, alternative dispute resolution. And the West mostly, in some part, yeah, it is well known. Like in the US, people know about restorative justice system, but in the Europe, here being here, I saw mostly the people know mediation, but they don't know restorative justice system. It is a part of restorative justice system. What is restorative justice system? Restorative justice system is that if a crime is committed, there are three stakeholders. One is victim, another is offender, another is community. Victim will tell the story, what's happened to. The offender will accept the responsibility. Yes, I did this and I take the responsibility. And community will sit with them to reconcile them back. It may be there is compensation, it may be there is some money things which is involved and that should be given to the victim, whichever reason. So they reconcile it, not only reconcile it, they reintegrate both within the community to become as they were before the crime. So this is restorative justice system mostly, which is very common in the rest of the world and people. But here in Europe, there is only people know mediation. Why mediation? Because the other two aspects, with the other two steps, which we have the restorative justice here, family group conference and circle. Family group conference is mostly for the juvenile to come and suppose with the parents and in the family and sit in a circle and discuss it. And then the parents take responsibility and the juvenile is given such a sort of job that he should be reintegrated and within the community back. The third is the circle, which is mostly community come, sit in a circle, discuss it at the Native American. It came from the Native American, but it's different system of throughout the world. So in there, they discuss an issue and then they reach to the consensus, and with consensus, when they reach, so both victim and offender, they are uh, responsible to that consensus is implemented on them. They are reconciled again. They are reintegrated back in the community. and the community elders or whatever is their activists, they follow it for some time, you see, to be a beneficial member of the community as they were before. So these ADR has many other like abusement, that is ADR, any other issue like arbitration in the businesses and that is also ADR. Whatever is, apart from the criminal justice system, police, judiciary, and prison involvement outside that is all alternative dispute resolution. For today, this is just the different type of how to resolve the conflict. Inshallah, we will continue it. All the best. Assalamu alaikum.